Imagine the world ending, not with a bang, but with a whisper. The system has arrived, monsters are roaming the streets, and magic is real. But for our protagonist, something is wrong. He can't hear the system's notifications. He can't see his stats. He is flying blind in a world where everyone else is playing a video game, and he's stuck in survival mode with no manual. Welcome to Silence, the second gripping installment in Nicoli Gonnella's Unbound series. If you love unique twists on the LitRPG genre, underdog protagonists who have to rely on grit rather than game mechanics, and the sheer, unadulterated thrill of watching a glitched player outsmart the system itself, this audiobook will completely consume you. It is a masterclass in progression fantasy, blending tactical survival with the awe-inspiring mystery of a broken reality. The narrative kicks off with our protagonist having survived the initial chaos, only to realize that his lack of a visible interface isn't a bug, it might be a feature. While others are obsessed with leveling up and chasing loot, he is forced to learn the hard way through trial, error, and pain. The atmosphere is a brilliant mix of gritty post-apocalyptic tension and the surreal, confusing reality of a world governed by rules he can't see. Gonnella excels at making the silent progression feel incredibly grounded and rewarding, turning every learned skill, every discovered weakness, and every hard-won victory into a massive triumph against an unfair universe. At the core of the book's addictive appeal is its spectacular hidden stats trope and the brilliant underdog survival dynamic. This isn't just about killing monsters for XP, it's about understanding the underlying logic of the system without the hand-holding of a UI. Watching the protagonist reverse engineer enemy abilities, predict attack patterns through observation alone, and completely shock arrogant, high-tier players who rely too heavily on their numbers is incredibly satisfying. The audiobook narration brings the visceral impact of the combat to life, making the crunch of bone, the hiss of magic, and the quiet, internal realization of a new tactic feel incredibly real and deeply immersive. But beyond the unique mechanics and the action, the soul of Unbound lies in its characters and the heavy burden of isolation. The protagonist isn't just a lone wolf by choice, he's isolated by his condition, unable to share in the communal experience of the system. He quickly forms bonds with a beautifully dysfunctional found family of other outliers and survivors who help him navigate the treacherous waters of the new world. The banter is razor-sharp, providing much-needed levity as his friends watch him casually dodge a fireball because he felt the mana shift before it happened. Their unbreakable trust in him provides the emotional grounding needed when the world starts throwing literal world-ending threats their way. As the plot accelerates towards its climax, the pacing becomes utterly breathless. A massive, high-tier threat, a dungeon boss or a rival faction leader who realizes the protagonist is an anomaly, forces him into a spectacular, high-stakes confrontation. The finale is a breathtaking display of tactical brilliance, overwhelming improvisation, and raw, unbridled ingenuity. The protagonist doesn't just win the fight, he completely shatters the local power scaling, using his unique, silent perspective to exploit a flaw in the system that no one else could see. The payoff is spectacular, delivering a massive, dopamine-fueled victory that proves the most dangerous player isn't the one with the highest level. It's the one who doesn't need the game to tell him how to win. Silence is a triumph of the LitRPG and sci-fi fantasy genres. It is smart, action-packed, and unapologetically addictive. Nicoli Gonnella has crafted a milestone book that perfectly captures the thrill of breaking the apocalypse by listening to what others ignore. Plug in your headphones, close your eyes, and join the survivor. The system is loud, but his silence is deadly.